I'm going to start this section by giving you two really good ways of holding the carving tools. The first one is what I call a low angle grip, where the tool is coming in low to the wood, like this, at a low angle. The second one is where the tool is coming more vertical into the wood, like this, and I've called that high angle. So these two grips pretty much cover, or variations of them cover everything I do. So let's start with a low angle grip. How the hands form this grip is fairly straightforward. One hand is grasping the blade like this, and that rests on the wood. One of the rules is that you always have a hand resting on the wood, on the bench or on the surface at all times. So this hand is gripping it somewhere around the shank like that, and it has its thumb usually on the handle like that. So I'm holding the tool in this hand like so. The other hand is on the handle in various ways and grips it like this. So that's a two-handed grip. One hand on the wood. Now you can do this both ways around. So in other words, my right hand now is on the tool, resting on the wood, my left hand here. Okay, and that's very good to be able to swap over, because sometimes it's really convenient to be able to do that. Now how the grip works is this hand, this is the pushing hand. So this hand is going to push the tool into the wood. This hand is actually going to resist it. So this hand is pushing backwards. And between the two, you get a degree of control. So I should be able to start and stop, start and stop. And if I was to let go of this hand here, do you see? Although nothing's moving, there's a pressure between the two. So that's important. There's always a pressure between the two. It's not this, like just holding it in a slack hand. It's not this. It's gripping over the top like this in a loose sort of way. And the low angle means you've got a nice, loose, unstressed wrist here. So that's the grip. One of the things about carving is that it's not just about the hands. You need to use your body as well. So in the low angle grip, what we see people doing sometimes is this. They're carving, standing in front of the bench and just pushing the tool like this. Very stressful on the elbows to have your arms away from your body. It's a lot of stress here and here. So what you need to do is to bring your elbows in. That's a very good rule. So you bring your elbows in, like the handle is back in here like this. You're over the work, so I don't just have my wrist on here, sometimes I have my whole forearm almost leading the cut. I'm on the work and I'm leaning into it and I'm pushing like this using my body and stopping using that braking hand. And the same this way round. So if I'm pushing here, my elbows in and I'm pushing like this. If I'm turning, if I go left or right, I can pivot my whole body around like that. Or in this way, I would pivot my whole body around like this, sometimes coming right over the carving. So that's one of the reasons that I like to carve standing up. I can use the floor, use my weight, and I'm not just using my elbows. The ways to hold carving tools can feel very odd to begin with, but really, after you've been practicing a while, they'll become second nature. So now we know how to set up this low angle grip. Let's cut some wood.